have a mini bank in Kalum, in the capital.
Yeah, okay. So where's the buyer
Yeah.
coming from?
Huh?
Where your buyer coming from?
It come from uh, uh, it's American and American agent.
Okay, how do you know the buyer?
The nose of the buyer.
I said, how do you know him?
The buyer has the buyer just
So the buyer was
sent
searching gold in Conakry, is it?
the buyer is in Conakry, but the buyer have a desk in Conakry, and the desk is a mini bank.
So why he cannot find gold in Conakry? He's already in Conakry. Why he cannot find? Why?
The buyer.
Yeah, why he cannot find the gold in Conakry? He's already there in Conakry. Why he cannot? Why? Tell me.
Yeah, the buyer says 10 kilo.
My asking, why? I'm gonna write it down. Then I will talk to you. Why the buyer cannot find gold in Conakry? In fact, he is already in Conakry. Okay. Well, tell your buyer to talk to me. I want to talk to your buyer. I want to interview your buyer. Okay?
Yes, the buyer, I have in daughter.
It doesn't matter. I want to interview the buyer. You are not decision maker. So the buyer has to understand. I want to interview your buyer.
I take all decisions.
No.
The buyer has.
No, you're not. You go to Conakry, you travel, and then you find the seller. No, because we are different. We don't entertain buyers that we don't know. Because there's so many fraudulent buyers as well. Right? And then the buyer pretending to be a buyer, in fact, he's not a buyer. So if you are a decision maker, you travel to Conakry, you are from Senegal, you go there and find gold. Not me, because with our policy is different.
I'm in Conakry. I travel Senegal, Conakry.
Well, you go. You find gold in Conakry. You find. You don't need to talk to Wilhelmina. You are already on Conakry. Why you come to Wilhelmina? That is my question. Right. Because to me, I only travel to Conakry. I accompany the buyer. So you are already in Conakry. Then you find the gold in Conakry. You walk into the Department of Mines. Ask them the list of sellers. You don't need to come to Wilhelmina. I am not an agency here. We have the gold. Our policy is different. The buyer has to be invited. The buyer has to send a letter of interest for us to identify the buyer. My seller lost gold 2020. You must remember. There's so many fake buyers asking cheap price. Yeah. We don't do that. You don't need to talk to Wilhelmina. You are already in Conakry. Walk into Department of Mines on Monday. Today is Sunday. What hotel are you staying? Osino?
Yeah.
What hotel are you staying in Conakry?
Grand Hotel.
Grand Hotel to Kalum is not far. So tomorrow, Monday, you walk into the Department of Mines, ask for the list of exporter. Yeah. Ask them. I cannot help you.
Where is you?
Well, you are already on Conakry. Don't ask me. I'm not an agency. I only look after my buyer if the buyer really is a buyer. Right. You went to Mali, right? You get the gold. So you are the broker of the buyer. Just go tomorrow. Today is the office is closed. Hmm. Use your brain.
Yes.
I am not here to
Yes.
babysit everyone. I'm not here. We are here to sell. Our policy, we will invite the buyer, how many quantity the buyer needs. We want to know the background of the buyer. Hmm. Right. So I cannot help you, Osino. I cannot help you. Yeah. Okay. So
Okay.
you,
Okay.
so I wish you good luck. Tomorrow, Monday, you walk into the Department of Mines, ask the list of sellers. Yeah, ask them. You got me?
But what is the price of your?
Our selling price less 8%. Conakry is not selling cheap price. You must remember. They are not selling cheap price. Last year, I was in Conakry. I brought the buyer. Lucky that the buyer got the very good deal price because I was with the buyer. Right. But the buyer wouldn't get the price what he get last year because the price of gold changes every day. The seller based on the world market. Hmm. At the moment, just a moment, I'm going to go to the world market. Today is Sunday. Okay. I will see the price of gold Friday. Now, on the 23rd, the price of gold is 6274.82. Less 8% equals 56,090. Right. As
56.
John 23. Yeah. What price are you looking for?
40, 50, 50, 50, 55.
55. Okay. Can be done, but you are already on the ground. But my seller would not. I have to know who is the buyer because when we invite you to come to the office, the buyer will say who invited this person because my seller would not entertain you. Hmm.
If your buyer if your buyer invite me in the desk, I call the seller and I take the seller for your buyer.
No, it wouldn't work. The seller would know who is the buyer. You are already on the ground, right? Because Conakry is different. He would not entertain the buyer already on the ground. The seller would like to invite the buyer in order for the buyer to feel comfortable. Right. Who invited you in Conakry?
No, I don't have an invitation. My 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 seller has invited for in the desk
Okay,
here in Conakry.
who is your seller? How many seller you've been talking in Conakry?
Two.
We'll deal with them. If they're selling
I have
55,
two
deal with
sellers.
them. Yeah.
Two two sellers in Conakry in the moment. He is in Conakry.
We'll deal with them. You are already talking to two sellers in Conakry, then they're selling 55. Go for it. That is the price. That is a good price that you have been given. Go for it. Because every seller have a different price. Yeah.
No. Just my two seller
Yeah.
propose a good price. My two seller propose a good price, 55.
Yes, it would.
Two
It's
sellers.
true. That's good price. That is really good price. Last year, I stayed at Kalum Hotel. There was a shop 50 meters in Kalum Hotel, the same street on the right side. I forgot the shop. He is selling gold. Last year, when I was in Conakry, I took the buyer. The buyer got the gold. And because I also search, compare prices to prices. That seller, that he has a shop, he sell jewelry. Last year, he sell 56. He wouldn't bargain. He wouldn't come down his gold. He wouldn't. I have a friend's interpreter, my driver. Right. Hmm.
Okay.
He wouldn't
The
bargain.
seller.
I don't know that
No,
seller. My taxi driver took me to the shop. It's only walking distance to Kalum Hotel in the left one street on the left side. You will not miss if you stay on Kalum Hotel. All right, you walk in there forward on the left side. You will see there is a shop and the selling gold. Last year he priced his gold $56,000. Hmm. Meaning to say he only gave a discount of 3%. Hmm.
mm,
So the price of gold is
yeah,
different every day. You got me?
yes,
Hmm.
yes,
So you wouldn't.
yes.
Or you
And
go to
and
Medina. You go to
and
Medina.
the
Yeah.
and my two seller don't go to the desk for the buyer. He take a transaction in in the desk for my seller.
Sorry,
Cash and
sorry.
carry.
So the buyer would not come to your seller's place? Is it?
No, no, my seller don't go to the desk for the buyer.
Of course. If the seller has
Take
an office, the buyer has to come to the office.
cash.
Yes.
My the buyer come to the office.
Yeah, he must come to the office. He must. And inspect the gold before he pay. Mm-hmm. You cannot just take the gold out of the office that the buyer has no license to carry. He might be arrested if you don't have license to carry. You can be the maybe someone can tip off the
You
police.
right. After I tried to you want to write. You right.
I don't have time. I'm very busy. I'm very busy. You go to tomorrow. You can find gold. Go on the Department of Mines. I don't have time to explain. Right? I don't.
Okay.
Because our selling
You
prices. Yeah.
where is your buyer in Conakry? Where is it?
My sellers I have three different sellers in Conakry, but my seller would
Oh,
not entertain you because he doesn't deal with brokers anymore. He doesn't.
you call your seller. I go to see your seller.
No, it wouldn't
Your
work.
buyer.
I don't know your buyer. I don't entertain. I told you that before. In fact, you were been visiting my platform and I said, do not travel without Wilhelmina. You're gonna encounter a disaster in Conakry, I'm telling you. You will be frustrated. I'm telling you 100%. Right, because the seller in Conakry would not bargain his gold. See, you were talking to one of the seller in Conakry, is 55. Right. He would not bargain it because he believed that gold is money and everybody needs gold. He would not sell his gold very cheap. I'm telling you. I can only negotiate the price if I travel with the buyer. Mm-hmm. But I'm not around. I'm in Australia. Right? I'm extension of the seller. I cannot bargain on your behalf. I don't know you and I don't know your buyer. So I need to validate your buyer before I'm going to tell my head office. There was a guy from Dubai. He knows me for 6 months. He go to Conakry. He go behind my back. He was dealing with my seller. My seller rejected him. Hmm. Because he's asking cheap price. He returned to Dubai empty-handed. He stayed at Nom Hotel. I also stayed in Nom Hotel. And I told this young man from Dubai, he's from Pakistan. I told him, go to the office and talk to the CEO. I did not tell him that he's dealing with my seller. So when he returned
My
back
my
to the
my
hotel, he didn't get
my
the gold.
seller have not a problem. Have no problem, but the seller the buyer come to the office. He buys after my seller take a papers
No, it
authorization.
wouldn't work.
He sounds
Tell your buyer, talk to me. He's American guy. I will explain to the buyer. Create a group chat. I will explain because your buyer would not get the gold. I'm telling you. 2 days ago, there was a meeting of mineral members, all the exporter. they have a new policy. In Conakry, they have a new policy, according to the operation manager, that the government has changed. Right? They would not sell the gold in Conakry without proper documentation. This is what the meeting. Yeah, I was being given the feedback 3 nights ago. The operation manager was telling me that the government has changed. Yeah, because most of the buyer, they want a cheap price and they want to smuggle gold, and Conakry losing income as well. So you wouldn't get gold. I don't know. I wish you good luck, Osino. I wish you good luck. I cannot help you. Okay? All right? Okay, thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. Today is June 25. I just finished having a interview over the phone, video call, and the brokers, the buyer's agent, is in Conakry. I turned him down. Why I turned him down? Very clear and simple. This gold business is not for everyone. Brokers wanted to go there, to go to Mali, Conakry, and Sierra Leone, or in Ghana or Kampala, because they wanted to buy cheap price. Gold is not cheap at all. The seller always sell his gold based on the world market. Now, if you go to the country like this buyer, this agent, his name is Osino, he was been given a price of 55. I told him that is a very good price. Every seller has a different price. The seller knows the world market demand. I can only help you if you convince Wilhelmina, and this buyer's agent, he just flew to Conakry. He's from Senegal. I know this guy because he went to Mali. He was also frustrated. He didn't get gold in Mali. The mentality of the seller, to all buyers, the mentality of the seller, he would not deal buyers already on the ground, which someone invited him. Why? If someone invited you as being a buyer, meaning to say, the person who invited you is responsible for you. But this buyer's agent, he doesn't need to be invited because he is from Senegal. Senegal and Conakry is a French colony. He can just fly without visa. But his buyer is American. His buyer is in Conakry, right? He couldn't get the gold. So that buyer, he used the broker, and the broker come to me. I turned him down. Why I turned him down? Because our policy that the buyer has to be validated properly by Wilhelmina. Why? There are so many tricky buyers asking cheap price, asking CIF, cost, insurance, and freight only. It wouldn't work. 2020, my seller in Conakry lost $24 million, and the eldest son agreed to deal with this buyer from Paris, okay, not knowing that the buyer is a swindler. So the head office son, the eldest son, agree on 100% CIF 2019. And the seller lost $24 million on 450 kilos. What happened? The son is stuck in Paris for many years. I just found out 2 weeks ago that the eldest son died in Paris of stress. He cannot take it because his father was saying that do not come home without $24 million in the bank. So 2020, I was in the office. I was talking to the father. I told the father, forgive your son. In a way, you have plenty of gold. You can recover. But the father is very hard man to deal with. And the younger son was saying, Madam, you soften my dad's heart. But in spite of that, his father didn't listen to me. What happened? The eldest son killed himself of stress. So then they retrieved the body to take the body to Conakry. Mhm. So that's the reason why my seller instructed me, you guys, you don't like my guts, I don't care. You accuse me as a scammer, I don't care. The meaning of scam means deceive. My seller's eldest son was deceived by this criminal buyer. He couldn't find, when the gold arrived in Paris, the gold has already been pre-sold. So he is not a buyer. He's involved with the criminal activities. So the eldest son, frustrated and he cannot face his father, he killed himself. Mhm. So that is the reason why I'm very strict. It doesn't matter if you like me or not. It's none of my business. You are gonna be losing money as well, and the seller will also lose gold, vice versa. Right. Last night I have a buyer. I rejected the buyer. Mhm. His agent from London. Okay, I rejected. And then he said, oh, people say that you're a scammer. I don't know how much I scam them. I don't have any idea. If I am a scammer, I would not show my face. This guy from London, he cannot even show his face. And I told him, if I mention your name, you're going to be embarrassed. He's scared. And I told him, why you're running around and you cannot show your face? Why? This guy, the first interview, when he was in Mali, he showed his face video call. But he didn't get the gold from us. So guys, if you don't like Wilhelmina, that's not my problem. I was also a victim. The seller in Ghana, and I was also a victim with the lady in Ghana. Her name is Angelique Kuka. Now her name is fake. I was also a victim. Her real name is Pamela Pillow. Is a Ghanaian. So guys, if you are very weak, believe me, you will stumble down. Just like the eldest son of my seller. He was very weak. He cannot face his father. He killed himself. That's why I put everything online. This is for you, Mr. Buyer. I know you're dealing with so many brokers. You look for cheap price. Go for it. So those buyers that buzzing me or joker broker buzzing Wilhelmina, good on you. I just found out that someone is buzzing me. This guy from UK, he created this fake Facebook that I'm a scammer. I don't know. I don't even know him. I don't know how much I scam him. If I am a scammer, I would not show my face. I'm telling you guys. Those scammers are scared to show their faces because they are criminals. I'm not. I am the extension of the seller. I was hired to handle marketing. I was hired to promote Africa. But most of you guys doesn't like Wilhelmina. Most of you. Well, I'm not here to make friends. I am here to sell. Africa is the main source of supply. You have the money, we have the gold. I will travel with you, but my services is not for free. I charge you guys. When you travel with me, I do charge my extra service to accompany you. If you cannot afford, meaning to say you are not a buyer. Last night, the guy from UK, I told him, open your camera. He cannot open his camera. And he said, why I'm gonna pay you? Why? When you resell the gold, you become multimillionaire. And you're using Wilhelmina services. And you've been following Wilhelmina since 1 year. Until now, you cannot even make a decision. To me, you are a joker. I told this guy, to me, you're a joker. Because a real buyer doesn't talk too much. Only bullshit buyer talk too much. Only bullshit broker talk too much. Excuse my language. Because this is not for you guys. If you're just brokering, this is not for you. Buyers using you to roam around, and you landed to Wilhelmina. Why you landed to Wilhelmina? When you do the search, my picture, my video pop up into your mobile phone. I have a huge huge YouTube channel. Day to day, I always update. Mhm. And I have also platform on Facebook. If you click on my platform on YouTube, you will be redirected on my Facebook. Everything. Pictures explanation. Impossible. You would not understand. Impossible. Mhm. Now I'm going to summarize. The price of gold changes every day. Mhm. And our full corporate is already in front of you. Every video, the full corporate offer is in front of you. You need to read. Don't be excited. You read, you digest it properly. Whether you meet the criteria or not. Whether you want to buy gold in Sierra Leone, whether you buy gold in Mali, whether you buy gold in Conakry, exactly the same procedure. There is a tax. There's a sales tax. In Mali, the sales tax is 7%. In Sierra Leone, the sales tax is 6.5. In Conakry, 6.5. Mhm. Here in Australia, our sales tax is 10%. We don't have any problem. Mhm. Now, guys, this gold business and diamond business is not for everyone. It's not. If you cut corner, then you're gonna be involved in tralala. Either you can be accused as a scammer, whether you're accused as a fraudulent, or else you're gonna be accused as a gold launderer, right? And I'm very tough. People buzz me. I don't care. I'm not here to make friends. You have the money, we have the gold. We will invite you. You send me a letter of interest, introduce who you are, follow the full corporate offer. I put everything. That is impossible. You wouldn't understand. Impossible. My seller did not train me. The seller hired Wilhelmina because I was in real estate. I was the one who introduced this. I'm already retired, right? I love to help Africa, but you people doesn't like Wilhelmina. You buzz me. Good luck to you guys. Good luck to you. This is not for you, right? You people just buzzing me left and right. Good luck. The real buyer knows how to find Wilhelmina. When the buyer found out, just like last night, there was a gentleman from Western Australia. He was been following me for a year. He decided to talk to Wilhelmina last night. He's from Australia. He's from Western Australia. He want to buy gold to bring it to Australia. Can you imagine that? And he said to me, Wilhelmina, I was been following you for a year. Every time you upload your video, and I go through on your Facebook, every time you upload on your Facebook platform, I always read it. Now, Wilhelmina, I'm deciding to travel with you. Can you imagine that? Mhm. And I told him, relax. Mhm. Review again because you will not get gold if you're asking CIF. He said, no, I'm not asking CIF. I want to pay bank to bank, cash. He's going to bring the gold here in Australia. He's going to refine it to his particular refinery. And I told him, good. See? The real buyer doesn't talk too much. The real buyer, they will keep on following Wilhelmina. When he make a decision, then that's the time he gonna talk to Wilhelmina. This buyer from Perth, I told him, I'm not forcing you to buy. Just to go back and read again the full corporate offer so that you will understand. And then, when you're ready, just send me your business, a copy of your business registration, a copy of your importation license, passport copy, and the proof of fund, your bank statement. He said he has $1,000,000. I said, it's okay. See? Can you imagine that? So, anyway, thank you very much. Now, we are now on June 25. The time here in Australia is 8:09. Today is Sunday. I work 7 days a week. People are scared to be video call. Why are you gonna be scared for? Now, this first gentleman, I have a video call with him when he was in Mali, and also on this time he is in Conakry. I know this guy, he's a broker, and I told him, just go to the Department of Mines, ask for the list of the exporter. Mhm. The real exporter would not sell his gold very cheap. Only those small miner he can sell you cheap price. I would like to remind everyone, listen to this video. Anyone offer you cheap price, don't grab it, because that cheap price is to tease you. And then when you arrive in that particular country, you are going to encounter disaster. Right. A few days ago and today, I watched this gentleman from Indonesia. He is in Kampala. Mhm. And he sent a message to me. And I told him, how many days you were in Kampala? So, oh, madam, in Kampala, there's so many scammer. I told him, you're one. Because you went to Sierra Leone, you cannot even find the gold because you were asking cheap price. And you travel to Kampala thinking you can get the gold. There is gold in Kampala, but they would not sell cheap price. I told this gentleman, he's from Indonesia. He keep on traveling, and then when he has a problem, listen a message to Wilhelmina. I am not here to sort out your problem. I'm not. I am not an agency. I'm not. I am a freelancer. When the buyer come, when the buyer search gold in Africa, my video pop up into your screen. Listen very carefully on this video. I will summarize. Thank you for funding Wilhelmina, whoever you are. Our selling price less 8%. This is FOB. This is not CIF, cost, insurance, and freight. The payment must be bank to bank so that you will not be accused as fraudulent. Also, you would not accuse money launderer, right? Please read and listen to this video. If you're a real buyer, talk to Wilhelmina. I want to interview you before you travel. And when I travel with you, Mr. Buyer, yes, I do charge my extra service. If you cannot afford, meaning to say you cannot afford to pay the gold. That is how simple. That is how I see it. The $20,000 is peanuts. It's really peanuts for you. When I come with you, I will help you to negotiate before we depart. Right? I know the secret of my seller, but why should I give it to you for free? My services is very important to you, Mr. Buyer. If you cannot afford to pay my $20,000, my extra service, don't come for conference at all. At least you listen to this video, at least you read on this full corporate offer. You can use that to other seller. Right? But I'm not going to entertain you. If you cannot afford, meaning to say you cannot afford to pay the gold. Simple as that. Only the real buyer can afford. What is $20,000 to cover my expenses? You are paying my services extra. Which one you like, Mr. Buyer? 8%? You travel alone, I will help you, I will assist you, I will arrange the contract. You travel alone, and if there is an issue, don't come back to Wilhelmina because I'm too far. I live in Australia. It's better to pay my services. When I'm with you on the ground, I can find a backup. Just like this gentleman that I have a conference, he traveled to Conakry. He called Wilhelmina. I'm not an agency. I told him, tomorrow, Monday, you walk into the Department of Mines, ask the list of the exporter. But I'm telling you, the exporter would not entertain you. Why? They wanted the buyer to come to them. They wanted the buyer to be invited, like us. Wilhelmina has the power to reject you. Wilhelmina has the power to say yes or no. Wilhelmina will advise the seller, the head office, that I validated you, that you showed me your business license, business registration, importation license, and passport copy and the proof of fund. Then I will believe that you are a buyer. But if you cannot show it to me, and then when you come for conference, you don't open your camera because you're scared, to me you're a swindler. Yes. But anyway, nice talking to you, Mr. Baya. This video for everyone. You don't need to be hurt. You don't need to be hurt your ego, because this gold business is a very tricky business. My head office lost his handsome son, the eldest son of my seller. Right. In Dubai, there's so many scrupulous buyer as well. Dubai is a nice country. Where the gold coming from? Where the gold, the raw materials of gold from gold, so coming from Africa. If you are real buyer, Mr. Buyer, I have cut and paste the video about gold laundering from Africa to Dubai. Why they gonna cut corner? Because of the taxes, because of the profit. My seller cannot afford to lose his license. Those broker doesn't like Wilhelmina. I'm sorry, guys. Good luck to you guys. If you don't like Wilhelmina, if you just talk against me, good luck and God bless you. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant good evening.